What is up, peeps? It's Burn here, about 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's the perfect time to do a King of the Hill event video. So we're doing pretty good. We're actually in first place, keeping a decent lead. This team is catching up to us. Don't want none of that. So if you've never done a King of the Hill event, you have all these little kingdoms, which are originally owned by the Black Bloods, and then you take control of them by defeating an amount of wall hit points. And if you hit the top attacker button, it'll tell you who is attacking the base, and the team that does the most damage will have a chance to take the base, and then you will own it. You do need to take 70% of the base. If you take any bit less, the other teams will have a chance to roll the dice on to see if they get the base as well. Inner fires won't work during this event, though, to get extra points, but there are other delectable bonuses, like siege bonus, siege buffs, 100%, 50%, 10%. Always hitting that 10%. If I'm just doing like a couple 4 energy attacks, just to, if I can only get on and do like a couple attacks. But I went ahead and bought some energy, bought 100 energy. So I'm looking pretty good right now. I'm going to do a bunch of attacks. So this big red circle that you see, as a leader or officer, you can mark targets for your teams to attack. So of course we always want this Ashen Guard. We had it earlier. This team Tremendous took it from us and just stacked a ton of barricades on it. So I recommend having your team stock up on them. Don't use them in the beginning, because you're only getting like 50, 100. Wait till you have a substantial amount. I opened some gold chests and I got some legendary drops, and it had like 26,000, 30,000 barricades, so I dumped a ton to try to hold Ashen Guard. It definitely helped, and you can help slow down a team right before they take a base. They definitely help, but I recommend saving them as a team, and then once you get a big base and you want to keep it for as long as you can, because the way points work during this event is, you're going to get your individual achievement points for the amount of wall hit points that you take down. But your team rank is going to be decided on victory points, and the way victory points work is each base, there's 5 tiers. This is tier 5, you get 30k per hour. This is tier 4, it's 15 in a bit. You got tier 3 is 10k an hour. Down here, tier 2 is 6k per hour, and at the bottom, you've got tier 1 is 2k per hour. So, right now we're controlling just 2 bases, so we're making 20 victory points an hour. So this team Tremendous has this 30k, 2 15ks, and a 6k, so they're earning 36k per hour, so they have a good chance to catch up. Also, when you take over a base, so this base, they've had it for quite a while, and at 30k per hour, it just keeps ticking up. And they're at 192k, so you'll get 192k victory points for beating the base, or a percentage. Your team did a certain amount of damage to it. You'll get a percentage of those victory points. But if let's say you did the whole base by yourself, you'd get 192 victory points. Boom. Then you'd start earning the 30k per hour. Now, what's cool about this event is it's a really great way to get lots of achievements and prizes, because if you look at the same team down here, look at their leaders, 308 hit points, and that's because they've earned 80k victory points already on this base. So he's worth 308 points there. Over here they've only earned 56k, so he's only worth 269k. So the more, the longer they've had a base, the more points the team is going to be worth. So if we go back and look at this Ashengard, the leader is going to be worth 334 points just off a basic attack. That's pretty huge points to get. And there's a weird glitch here. I don't know what this is. You know, when they took over the base, it didn't refresh, and you know, unfortunately, I can't attack these really juicy players again unless I raid them for 5 and such. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a 10% bonus. And it went up to 367. I'm going to add a 50% bonus. It's worth 535 hit points now. And kaboom, going to add a little 100% bonus. And now he's worth 869 hit points. And now we're talking. So if you want to do big damage, I mean, yeah, you can always hit that, you know, rare siege weapon if you got it going on. But if you want to put some real damage down, you know, get the buffs going, and then start attacking and just raid. You know, I usually say do 10 energy per person, but just for fun, I'm actually going to see how high it goes. You just need to attack it once. Once you've attacked the player once, you raid it, and you're going to win the raid every time. It's not like you have to attack them again. So you just get somebody to help clear it, and then just raid away. So let's see what happens. 907 hit points. It's going to cost 8 to raid again. Apparently it's going to keep costing 8. Let's hit it a couple times, see what happens. But it keeps going up. Look at that. It's 1,000. I'm getting over 1,000 points now. It's pretty sweet. I wonder if it's over. Raid him for 4. Raid him for 1. Raid him for 2. Raid him for 3. Raid him for 5. Raid him for 8. And then I think they're over. So if you want to spend that much energy on a player, you know, that's the maximum that you can do. But does cost a lot. But you saw, I was getting 1,000 points, you know, per attack. That's actually pretty awesome. You know, I want these bases back. Plus, I want to, you know, for strategy, I want to take some of the bases that Tremendous has to mitigate some of the, you know, victory points that they're earning, so that we can earn a similar amount, so that, you know, we can just maintain our lead. Again, like down here, the Black Bloods, my teammates are attacking it. That's fine. You know, we can use the base. And if you have a low base, you can always upgrade it for a higher base. Or it wasn't marked, and my teammates are attacking it, so I'm just going to finish it off real quick, and then we can have a base. So another glitch that happens, if the results don't show up right away and it goes to 1 raid, you can actually attack that player again, and then by the time you get back, it'll have cost you 8 energy. But you'll be able to have hit them another time for 4 energy. So I do take advantage of that glitch whenever I can. So after you've done the original 4 energy attack, then you can raid it. Raid it 1 time. Raid it 2 times. Raid it 3 times. And we will rate it for 5. I would keep going, but it's going to finish them off. So let's take a look. 100. Less than 100 left. Don't believe it. Now we got it. Lies. Those were lies. So once you've taken over a base, it gets this cool little shield, and it's protected for 59 minutes. So it'll be worth 6k by the time it's ready to be attacked. So talk about strategy. How do we want to get back in the game here and ensure that we keep first place? Well, we want these big bases at the top, of course, and we can hold 4 bases at a time. So currently we have 3. So we're gonna need a 4th base. It's up to me. I'd want to take it from Tremendous. I think that makes the most sense. I think, even though that's only 6k per hour, but if you slow down their ability to make victory points, I think that's the best thing you can do. So I'm actually gonna just spend a ton of energy. I'm just gonna bang this one out. What I recommend, with the bases that are huge, got a huge amount of hit points. Unless you have a whole bunch of players on and you can just hammer it down, let the other teams help you by attacking them. Stay on the top. Stay as one of the top attacking teams. Like here, Entropy has got a little bit more than we do, but we're still up there. We're still in the running. So, you don't want to try to do it all yourself unless you have all the players or the ability to do so. So kind of pick away at it. Make sure you stay in the top few teams that are taking it while you have 4 bases. The key is to have 4 bases all the time. You never want to have less than 4 bases. Unfortunately, it's a bit busy and it's late, so teams got to take advantage of our inactivity. Who's good? This guy. 900 points for 4 energy. It's pretty awesome. So I am liking to raid for 5. I used to not do it. I used to think, it's costing more than the initial attack, but just find that you get so much from it that I really enjoy it now. Who's the next? So I'm going to go through a bunch of attacks in rapid succession. There was a point where I did get that glitch and I didn't want to take advantage of it, so this is what I did. That attack to hold, just kind of wait a second. Sometimes you got to X out and then it comes back up. You can take advantage of the glitch, but sometimes you just want to, hey dude, I got stuff to do. Just by attacking 6 people, I was able to take down 20,000 hit points by myself. So yes, it is possible to put huge points up by yourself, but coordination is the key. Once you start coordinating, you can really do some serious damage to teams. Okay, awesome. So now we're back in business. We got 4 bases. We are losing this one pretty quickly. Tremendous is probably upset, so they're going to take back a bigger base. So they're a problem. So it's on. Game on, Tremendous. Alright, so it could happen again. My teammates were attacking this base. If it goes down before we lose this base, the other teams will have a chance to roll for it to see who takes it. We have to have Tremendous take this base first. Otherwise, we won't have 4. Like, right now we have 4. We're going to lose 1. Then we can take that base and have 4 again. So, yes, we lost a better one. We can always upgrade, but if we take Nefen right now, it won't go to us. It'll go to the next team. Then we're going to lose a base, and the work that we put in will be wasted. Let's see what happens over the next few minutes. So this is what happens when team isn't coordinating. So we had the most points on Nefen. Another team took it out. Dragon leaders. Actually, we were the highest, but since we already had 4 bases, it goes to the next highest team. So essentially, we did the work for them. And what's even worse about it is we're about to lose this base here. So we really wanted to wait until we lost the base, then took the other base. So now we're actually going to be out another base. Oh wells. This was the introduction to the King of the Hill event. I'm going to have another video in a little bit about strategy and tactics for the event. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.